It's over!
He's done it again! Unbelievable!
Oh, straight into the roof of the net.
Nice one.
Straight down the middle. So a good performance from both teams here today.
Hi, you're watching Firstpost. I'm Rupha Ramani. Let's get started. A win is savoured more when you come from the jaws of defeat to claim it, and more so when the odds against you are stacked up, and almost everyone is betting on you to lose. Like Liverpool taking on Chelsea, academy graduates against a squad worth £1 billion, or a depleted Indian cricket side when up against England, a team made up of debutants and little-known players. Both punched and punched hard. Who are the heroes of these triumphs and where do these wins feature in their sporting history? That's lined up on the show. Also, how can superstar Cristiano Ronaldo not be in the news? After surpassing Lionel Messi, he's now making the headlines for all the wrong reasons. Some obscene gestures allegedly made after Al-Nassr's last game could get him into a bit of a trouble. Stay on for that, but first, Sports 360. We'll start with football and the Premier League. Manchester City and Arsenal continue to pile pressure over table toppers Liverpool. Phil Foden's 24th minute goal helped City beat Bournemouth. City are second on the points table with 59 points. In another game, Arsenal secured a 4-1 victory over Newcastle to go third. Arsenal and Liverpool are separated by just 2 points now. Moving on to javelin, Max Denning of Germany has etched his name in the javelin record books. At 19, he became the youngest player to throw past the 90-meter mark. Max recorded a distance of 90.20 meters at the German Winter Throwing Championships. This also means he surpassed the mark set for the Paris Games at 85.50 meters. Over in cricket, the ICC has suspended Sri Lanka's T20 international skipper Wanindu Hasaranga for 2 matches. Hasaranga was found guilty of breaching the ICC code of conduct. He'd slammed an umpire for not calling a no ball in the third T20I against Afghanistan. Hasaranga was also fined 50% of his match fees. He won't be allowed to play in the first 2 T20s against Bangladesh next month. Pakistan's Haris Rauf has been ruled out of Pakistan Super League or the PSL 2024. Rauf, who plays for Lahore Qalandars, will now miss the remainder of the PSL due to an injury. He dislocated his shoulder during a PSL game. Qalandars put out a statement that it will take 4 to 6 weeks for him to recover. This, of course, comes just months before the T20 World Cup. And we'll sum up from Formula One. Charles Leclerc topped the timesheet on the final day of pre-season testing at the Bahrain International Circuit. The Ferrari driver clocked a lap of 1 minute and 30.32 seconds. His teammate Carlos Sainz set the fastest time across 3 days of pre-testing. The Bahrain Grand Prix is set to take place on the 2nd of March. Heroes do not come with pedigree, with great past achievements to their name, or even from the big cities. If there was ever a lesson that we have been told, it was given years ago in 2007 when an MS Dhoni-led Indian cricket side from the smallest of cities across India created history, winning the inaugural T20 World Cup in South Africa. And today in a small city in India, Ranchi, the hosts fought back hard to win another series at home. And the fight came from the most unlikeliest places. Juniors in age, juniors in stature, in the cities they come from, in terms of their most humble, modest beginnings. That's the biggest story I can take away with me from this particular test. The series has been clinched, and it was not as easy as the scoreline of 3-1 suggests. The Indian cricket team were in trouble, and the ghosts of Hyderabad, where the first test took place, were beginning to haunt them on a crumbling, dry track. But here the story was different. Now, I cannot start this without talking about one young boy, 23 years of age, hailing from a city that isn't known for its cricketing prowess as much as it is for its architectural monument. But Dhruv Jurel stood tall. He was a monument of persistence, patience, and a maturity far beyond his years and the cricket that he's played so far. And what a story his is. Dhruv Jurel burst onto the international scene in the Indian Premier League last year. He plays for the Rajasthan franchise. And if you watched him bat there, you wouldn't be able to match that Jurel with this one that played the test. His role in the T20 setup is that of a finisher. He makes unconventional shots. He's busy, he's fiery, and is always looking to strike every ball to the ropes or beyond. And here we saw a sedate, sensible, calm, and technically sound Jurel in the first innings as well as the second. In the absence of senior hands in the batting lineup, Jurel's knocks spoke volumes of his character, his intensity, and really the stuff that you need to make it big on the international stage. Dhruv Jurel's 90 in the first innings and his partnership with a tail-ender, Kuldeep Yadav, defined the Indian fight back. A reminder of how this Indian setup somehow came out of the most nervy situations. Dhruv Jurel's salute celebration has also gone viral, and it has a story too. It was a dedication to his father, who's been an army man. And Dhruv Jurel himself had to fight the pressure of following his father to join the army. He didn't, and Indian cricket is only thankful. And if Kuldeep Yadav showed great sense and awareness with the bat, he was gritty with the ball, especially in the second innings again. Like Jurel missed his century, Kuldeep missed a fifer. But these milestone numbers mean nothing really. Their contributions were massive. Like the second innings run chase, 5 wickets down, and suddenly batters, even the most experienced players in international cricket, were panicking. But 2 youngsters, Shubman Gill and Dhruv Jurel, steadily took the hosts across the finish line. Shubman Gill had in fact received a lot of flack in the previous tests, but he put his head down and showed what it meant for him to get this job done with Dhruv Jurel.
Jurel playing his second test showed solid composure, calmness, and he's got the shots as well to play all around the wicket. The first innings 90 of his was very crucial for us to get close to that England's total. And again in the second innings, showed a lot of maturity, composure along with Gill.
I have to mention Akash Deep, again a story of a small town boy with big dreams. What a dream debut test this has proved to be for him. This match, without the presence of seniors like Virat Kohli, KL Rahul, Rishabh Pant, Shreyas Iyer, Jasprit Bumrah, stood up to the English side. Former England cricketer, in fact Nick Knight, was quick to remark how incredible he thought India's character really was. They found ways to come back into the game, much like they had in that Rajkot test as well.
Clearly tells me the youngsters want to be here. All the hard work they have done in the past, coming up playing domestic cricket and performing there. Coming here, it is a big challenge. But when I look at them, talk to them, and the responses that I get from them is quite encouraging. My job and Rahul Bhai's job is to give them the environment they want to be in. And they don't feel too much about going out there and getting the job done.
That of course says something, and the pictures also told a story. They were all happy, Rohit Sharma going up to every member of the squad to express his gratitude. There's laughter all around, and you could just see the sense of pride that Rohit Sharma and Rahul Dravid, the coach, showed in this setup. Rahul Dravid was all pumped up. Rohit spoke about the Indian think tank and the management only picking youngsters, we heard him just now, who were hungry to perform, hungry to play. Tells you the whole picture that they do not care about pedigree or achievements, just the desire to give 100% on the field each and every time. At a time when we see youngsters shying away from the longest format and getting drawn to the quick and pacey T20 cricket, the hunger to win a test series with the next generation, with the younger lot who haven't seen much of it, just shows a lot of heart. Something even the England captain Ben Stokes acknowledged.
Allowing young guys to come into intimidating situations in India, allowing them freedom to treat every ball as an occasion. I love test cricket. And from both sides, we have seen young, inexperienced cricketers come out and show what they've got. Great for future of test cricket.
There have been standout performances, of course, that showed a lot of resilience from both these squads, like Joe Root's stubborn knock in the first innings, Shoaib Bashir's 5-wicket haul, or Ashwin's monumental achievement. But the test will be remembered for those who don't get a mention up front when you talk of the big wins on the big stage. And that's really set up the Dharamshala test, which is the 5th and final one in the series, up rather nicely. Does a Lamborghini guarantee you luxury? Of course. A style statement? Most definitely yes. But does it offer you a ground clearance similar to that of a normal SUV? No. A boot space to store your luggage? Of course not. Or the capacity to drive through on a rainy road? Not really. Often the most expensive, luxurious things in life look great on paper, but they do not guarantee success in every department. Money may be a reflection of quality, at least for materialistic things and as far as that goes in life. But the same cannot be said about football. The latest proof of this was evident during the Chelsea versus Liverpool EFL Cup final. A Chelsea squad worth about £1 billion were up against a Liverpool C side. Yep, not A, not B, a C side. Not just the money. Chelsea had the players like Sterling, Chilwell, and a World Cup winner in Enzo Fernandez. On usual days, you would expect such a squad to beat Liverpool's academy graduates at least. And not just any Liverpool. A Liverpool without their usual 11. A Liverpool with an alternate squad. But Chelsea, being Chelsea, wasted their chances and showed again what a weird team they are. Liverpool beat Chelsea 1-0 thanks to a Virgil van Dijk header to lift the EFL Cup. Chelsea, who have spent around £1 billion in the last 2 years, were on top at the end of regulation time and looked likely to win, especially against Liverpool, who have a major injury crisis and brought on 3 inexperienced teenagers into the game. Yet Chelsea failed to collect their first trophy under the ownership of Todd Boehly. Chelsea's display was so horrible that football pundits even labelled the clash Klopp's kids against the blue billion-pound bottle jobs. Of course, Neville referring to the exorbitant squad worth of Chelsea, as we've been saying. This jibe did not go down too well with Chelsea manager Mauricio Pochettino.
I didn't hear what he said, but if you compare the age of the two groups, I think it is similar. I have a good relationship with Gary, and I don't know if that's how I can take this opinion, but I respect his opinion. But it is true we didn't keep the energy of how we finished the second half. But I feel proud. I feel proud of the players. I think they made a big effort. We are a young team and it is nothing to compare with Liverpool. Just because they finished with also a few young players, he knows the dynamics are completely different. I think it is not fair to talk in this way if he said that.
This is a shocking loss for Pochettino, who seeks a career revival of sorts himself. But this wasn't his first failed attempt at winning a trophy in England. The former Paris Saint-Germain manager may have won a few trophies at PSG, but has failed to win a trophy in England, and that means something. During his stint at Tottenham, Pochettino had a decent spell, but a trophy-less one. And the loss definitely has been painful.
My emotions, it is the same as the players. I am so disappointed. It is so painful. I am an older guy that has less time to win titles. They are younger than me, and for sure they have time. But if we want to win, we have to move on. They need to feel the pain. We play for a trophy and we didn't get it. So what can you tell me to feel better? Nothing. They need to feel the pain like us.
I'll tell you what, the fans have felt the pain too. Chelsea are currently 11th in the Premier League points table and are not playing in the Champions League. This was Chelsea's best shot at lifting any silverware. But the only ones at fault here is themselves. The Blues will be still scratching their heads as to how they failed to score even one goal. Chelsea missed a ludicrous amount of chances in a disappointing afternoon for their fans. But it was Jurgen Klopp who came out all smiles at the end of it. And why not? Klopp, who has already announced his decision to leave Liverpool at the end of the season, is still living the dream, giving his Liverpool fans so much to be happy about. In addition to the EFL Cup, Liverpool are top of the Premier League points table, are playing in both FA Cup and Europa League. It's all coming together so well for the German. He wants to leave the club clearly by cementing his legacy. And looks like he's doing that one win at a time.
In more than 20 years, it's easily the most special trophy I've ever won. Tonight is an overwhelming feeling. I was proud of everyone involved in everything here. I was proud of our academy. I was proud of my coaches. I was proud of so many things. It was completely overwhelming. It was nothing to do with it being maybe my last game at Wembley. It was really because of how everyone contributed. Seeing the faces after the game of the kids, Jade and Dance. Can you create football stories, which definitely no one will ever forget? It is so difficult. If you find the same story with academy players coming on against a top side and still winning it, I've never heard of it.
That's something special, calling this the most special trophy. And yes, I would imagine so. Any win that comes when you do not expect it and from the most unusual quarters is the sweetest. It's fitting too that Van Dijk was the one to come up with the goods. The goal, especially when his manager was in desperate need of a hero. It was Van Dijk who took Liverpool to the next level, molded this Liverpool since the moment he stepped in. Led the side to make it the kind of Liverpool that fans adore and love today. A perfect finish then. It was an emphatic victory for Liverpool, and even more emphatic in the way it came. A Wembley crowd chanting to the punches of Jurgen Klopp, a sight that not just Liverpool fans but every football fan will miss once Klopp leaves Anfield. So really an emotional, nostalgic win there, another chapter in the Jurgen Klopp farewell series. Cristiano Ronaldo. He's been in the news now for a while. Even more so since he made the move to the Saudi Pro League. And given Ronaldo's stature, every little thing he does goes onto the front pages across the globe. Be it goals scored, his celebrations, or even his lifestyle. He's a trendsetter. Just some days ago, the Portuguese star was grabbing all the headlines, surpassing Lionel Messi, scoring goals, competing with the youngsters, and displaying his winning mentality. Ronaldo in Saudi Arabia has been proving his merit at the highest level. And just when he thought everything was going perfect, comes the latest storm that he's caught in the middle of. The Al-Nassr star could face a lot of heat for allegedly making an obscene gesture on the field. And this came after Al-Nassr's 3-2 win over Al-Shabab in the Pro League game over the weekend. Ronaldo went a little overboard with his celebrations right after the match, upon hearing Al-Shabab fans roaring with chants of Messi. The matter is sure to gain some more steam in the days to come.
Cristiano Ronaldo, a goal scorer and record breaker, has been the epitome of hard work. He's also the king of celebrations, and the gesture he makes after a goal is immortalized. Children watch, and immediately that becomes their celebration move too. His trademark "Soo" is so popular that even athletes from different sporting disciplines have imitated it, almost paying homage to the greatness of CR7. But not all Ronaldo celebrations can be inspiring. Some could stir up controversies, just like the one Ronaldo did after Al-Nassr's game against Al-Shabab in the Saudi Pro League. Ronaldo has had a great stint in his new avatar here in the East. In 20 games, Ronaldo has already snowed 22 goals. He's in fact opened the score sheet for Al-Nassr and put them ahead in the 21st minute. The game ended in Al-Nassr's favour. They registered a 3-2 victory over Al-Shabab. After the game had concluded, the Al-Shabab crowd, who were of course upset with the loss, began chanting Messi's name. This reportedly made Cristiano Ronaldo furious, and the Portuguese responded to it in a rather obscene way. Ronaldo was spotted holding his ear and making repeated hand movements near his pelvis. The incident wasn't caught on TV, but a few fans managed to capture it on their phones, and it was just a matter of time before it exploded on social media platforms. Like we know by now, nothing can remain hidden. No statement has been released by the Saudi Pro League regarding the matter just yet, but it's reported that Saudi Arabia Football Federation has opened an investigation looking into the episode. But here's the thing, this isn't the first time Ronaldo has been caught. In April 2023, during an Al-Nassr 2-0 loss against Al-Hilal, Ronaldo was spotted grabbing his genitals while walking back towards the dugout. In February last year, when Al-Nassr suffered a 2-0 loss in the Riyadh Cup final, an Al-Hilal fan threw a scarf towards Ronaldo. What did Ronaldo do? He picked it up, put it in his shorts, and then threw the scarf away right back towards the crowd, and continued walking towards the tunnel. This is the same game where Ronaldo threw away his silver medal to the stands. While fans lauded him for his winning mentality, he was also criticized for disrespecting the sentiments of opposition fans, like he's been caught doing this weekend too. Ronaldo's aggression isn't just restricted to the Saudi Pro League. Something similar happened during his time at Juventus. Ronaldo was criticized for a similar pelvic thrust celebration after Juventus' game against Atletico Madrid in the UEFA Champions League. Ronaldo's hat-trick knocked out Atletico from the UEFA Champions League, and he followed it up with this obscene gesture. UEFA promptly fined Ronaldo €20,000 for his improper conduct, and he had to pay the price for his actions. But will Saudi take similar actions against him? Will they be as tough as Europe was on CR7? because they've been all too generous with Ronaldo. This is the same Saudi who bent their marriage rule just to accommodate Ronaldo and his model girlfriend Georgina Rodriguez. Saudi Arabia marriage law forbids couples that are not married from living together. But Ronaldo was given an exception given the star footballer's stature and Saudi Arabia's desperation to get him on board. So, will the disciplinary committee be stern enough and punish Ronaldo for his act? And if reports are true and there is an investigation going on, will the investigation committee be unbiased and take a firm stand against him? Because let's face it, the incident has drawn a lot of flack from pundits and analysts. Some people even went ahead and said, everything has its limits no matter how famous you are. And after multiple such instances, Cristiano Ronaldo seems to be on thin ice. The disciplinary committee faces a huge test. Is the league the most important here, or is the player bigger than the league?
We're near the end of the show, and now it's time for Last Serve. With the Formula One season approaching, Sauber took to the tracks in Barcelona and set it ablaze. Take a look. We'll wrap it here on Firstpost on that note. But do stay on and watch the updates on Firstpost. And of course, join me again with a lot of fresh sporting perspectives and stories again tomorrow. Till then, take care.